Hey YouTube, Christian Prepper this morning. Off work today and just scouting out one of my deer stands. It's kind of a overcast and cloudy morning this morning, and just kind of checking out what kind of sign we have here. But you know, this video is going to be a response to Cokeman 250's video on what's wrong with people. You know, I just can't imagine somebody that's, you know, their whole object in life is to just go through YouTube and criticize other people. You know, I envision somebody like that as being, you know, a very young person, you know, living at home with their mom and daddy, and that's all they have to do. I just choose not to argue with people like that. You know, I had a guy send me a pretty vulgar comment the other day on my video saying that I'd be a, you know, real easy target, and I'd probably be the first one to get killed during an WROL situation, or you know, everything economic collapse type situation, because my videos was just more about chickens and rabbits and religion. And you know, I disagree with that. You know, first of all, if this cat thinks I don't have guns and ammunition, you know, he's got another thing coming. I mean, I do have that, and I believe in that. But that's not all there is. It's going to take more than guns and bullets to get through. You know, I think one of the main things it's going to take is just being stealthy. I mean, just being able to come somewhere like this and set up and watch over your property, guard what you have. But you know, some of these guys, that's all they talk about is guns and ammunition. And even with the rabbits and chickens and homesteading and canning, and any video you put out, you're always going to have some jerk that's going to come up and try to attack you. It's the same way in church. I try to be active in my church, and you know, if you teach Sunday school, or you know, take on a responsibility of being a deacon or anything like that, you're always going to have idiots that's going to attack you. And that's just the way life is. And what's real worrisome to me is the fact that human nature is just getting worse. I mean, and it's going to continue to get worse. Just like all these natural disasters that we're having. You know, according to the Bible, that's going to pick up in intensity, and they're going to get worse. Human nature is going to get worse. And that's one thing that really worries me. You know, during the last Great Depression we had back in the 30s, you know, people just got out on the road and walked and found work, and people knew how to preserve food. They knew how to grow gardens. They had spring heads. They built boxes in and kept their milk and stuff like that in it to keep it cool. People had milk cows. Nowadays, all that's been lost. We don't have any of that. And these same morons that's running out here on YouTube criticizing everybody that hasn't prepared, you know, they're going to be the ones that's coming after you to try to take what you have. And that's a very depressing thought to me, to think that I have to kill some kid that's trying to take what I have. But that'll happen as sure as we're sitting here. It's very troubling to me to think I may have to kill one of my neighbors. You know, when he comes to me and asks for food, and I don't have enough food for his family and mine. I didn't prepare for everybody, just for us. And I have to tell him no, and then he decides he's going to try to take what I have, and I have to kill him. That's going to be a very disturbing thing, and I'm not looking forward to that at all, and I pray that don't happen. But if we go into a severe depression, I feel secure that will happen. And you need to go to heaven and prepare yourself mentally for that, because mankind is on a downward spiral. We get worse with every generation. And I see some of the kids my kids go to school with, and man, it's just amazing to me at how some of these girls dress, and how some of these boys act. You know, my kids are not going to act like that. You know, I guess I'm still from the old school, but it's amazing at what's coming down the line now, and what's being accepted. And you know, these people that get on YouTube and just spend all day trying to start a fuss, those are the same kind of people that I'm talking about. They're just idiots. And you know, as sad as it may be, those kind of people are going to be the people that you're having to fight, along with the people that has become totally reliant upon the government. You know, when everything falls apart and the government check stops, you know, it's going to get pretty ugly, and human nature is really going to reveal itself. And you know, I'm a firm believer some of these dignified and bona fide highfalutin women driving Mercedes, that's wearing all these diamonds, and everything's just so politically correct, and everything's just got to be so. You know, when they run out of food and water, and they don't have a place to lay their head, you know, they're going to come after you with a baseball bat to take what you have if they can, because that's just the root of human nature. Human nature is me first, you next. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it's always going to be. But it's just going to progressively get worse, and just come out more. So I guess that's my response to what's wrong with people. I hate to say it, brother, but it ain't going to get no better. It's going to get worse. And the longer this thing drags out, the worse it's going to get. And if we do go into a severe depression, like I think we will, you know, God help us. You know, I know there's a lot of other stuff to worry about, EMPs and chemical attacks and earthquakes and all this top stuff. And that very well could be what sends us into an economic collapse. But my main concern is an economic depression. You know, if we just have an earthquake or something like that, it may get rough for a little while, but you know, the world will respond and help us. But with what's going on right now in our world system, I mean, there's an economic tsunami that's headed toward us that's just going to take our money away from us. And when the money's gone, the food and the water and the shelter will be gone. And I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. Just sitting up here in the woods today, taking it easy. And I don't really plan on seeing much deer. I'm talking way too loud for that. Although that is about a 350-yard stretch, so yeah, it's possible to see a deer down there. But looking forward to spending some times up here in the trees with my two boys. They're getting to the age where they really like to hunt. And I tell you what, right off down in there is a creek. And there is some tremendous rubs and scrapes down in that area. And maybe we can catch a big buck cruising through here, and to come out down here on these soybeans and to get his belly full. So anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on human nature. I'll talk to you later. God bless.